Hey guys, my name is Simeo, and today I'm excited to say that Rainbow Six Siege is receiving a small patch update today. The first thing that I'm ecstatic about, and I'm assuming a lot of you guys are going to be thrilled by, is that they're once again changing the map Canals. Now, the last time Ubisoft made any big changes to this map, it was to close off the third story window to prevent spawn killing. And while it accomplished that goal flawlessly, it's now absolutely impossible to spawn kill from that location, it also had the side effect that it made it very difficult for defense to defend the server room. If a Blackbeard rappelled on up, all they needed to do was watch the connector and then just have the rest of their team make their way onto the objective, and there wasn't a whole lot that defense could do to retake that room with a Blackbeard outside of the window. Now, you could try to get someone to go down below to flank Blackbeard that way, but as long as offense was somewhat competent, they would either have someone waiting for that, or they would just place down a simple claymore and then you would die to a nice little fireball. It was very, very difficult to defend that location. And so now what Ubisoft is doing is that they're adding in another barricade, and they're adding in another obstacle to break that line of sight so that you can't have spawn killing anymore, but now they're opening up that window. And so the reason why this makes me excited is that, first of all, hopefully this will just make Canals a much more bearable and balanced experience for both offense and defense, but also this just is an indication that Ubisoft is listening to the feedback of the community. They could have, which a lot of other developers have done for other games, just said, nope, this is our solution, we came up with it, this is the only way that we're going to be able to balance it out, and we're not going to revert it back to what it was. Instead of doing that, they realized, hey, yeah, we make mistakes, we're not infallible, let's go back, reevaluate, and try to update it and improve the situation. That is what I like to see in a development team. And while this policy can't be applied to everything the community says, because a lot of times the community can just be flat out wrong. We don't have the full picture, we don't have the full vision of what they're trying to do with a lot of these changes. It's nice to see that when solid critique is made, they're open to these suggestions and they will make those changes based off of that feedback. I think that's fantastic. Another thing they're introducing with this update are alpha packs. Sort of. It's been a long time coming, but it seems like we're gonna have to wait a bit longer because while this update is going to include all the files, all the downloads for alpha packs itself, they're only going to unlock them in a couple of weeks. And it has to be a couple of weeks because we're actually getting pretty close to the next DLC. I know it feels like Operation Health has been going on forever now, but we're about a month away from finally getting more content, and so it only makes sense that these alpha packs are going to release in a couple of weeks, and I think that's also what Ubisoft has kind of indicated. And so while we're not getting them right now, they're laying the groundwork that we're finally going to get this content. What's great about it as well is that there's going to be unique items in these alpha packs. Not only are you going to be able to unlock previous skins that are no longer available, I know a lot of people are really excited about the Black Ice skin that was available for the first year DLC, but also there's going to be legendary items in here that are only available in the alpha packs themselves. Now, it isn't going to be the elite skins. Sadly, we're not going to be able to unlock that in the alpha packs, but there is going to be weapon skins, probably some other cosmetic items that will only be available in here. And I think that's great. I want to be able to dump my 400,000 renown into something. I've been saving them up for this, and hopefully I'm going to be able to unlock them at least somewhat reliably with this new system. And so while technically we are going to be getting all the files, all the updates for the alpha packs, we are going to have to wait probably another week or two before it finally does go live. The last thing that we're getting with this update is some changes to Habana. You probably noticed that ever since her release last year, that her gadget can be a bit unreliable. Now, it has improved significantly. They've made a lot of improvements to her over those last couple of updates, but it's still not perfect. Your gadget won't explode when it's supposed to. It will lag out. There's been a lot of problems with it, and so basically, it's to my understanding that they went on in and completely reworked her gadget from the ground up. And so essentially what they're trying to accomplish with this is to solve all these problems. It may not be perfect, and I'm really crossing my fingers that we're not going to have any more problems, but they're trying to solve all these large glaring issues. We shouldn't have the problem anymore where they just refuse to detonate. I mean, that was game breaking. If you needed to get through a reinforced wall, they didn't explode, you're basically out of luck. That shouldn't be a problem anymore. They now will not clump up randomly at some times when you're trying to use them between reinforcements. That's apparently been resolved, kind of like what we're showing right here. and also you won't be able to activate them mid-air, which also had some problems. And so for all the Hibana mains out there, hopefully this will be the last we see of any issues with her gadget, because she's incredible, she's amazing, but it can be very frustrating when something like this occurs. Now, sadly, that's all that's going to be included in this small little update. The next one, the big one, should be the one that we're all waiting for. In that patch, we're going to be getting better servers. They're going to be going from 50 hertz update to 60, which should hopefully be a godsend. The fact that they're trying to invest in better hardware and more consistent hardware should resolve, hopefully resolve, I'm crossing my fingers on this one because nothing's been confirmed, a lot of the issues that we've been experiencing. Hit registration and hit notification should be better. You go for that headshot against someone, you see blood fly everywhere. Hopefully now with this update to the servers, that shouldn't be a problem as much. They're going from client side to server side when it comes to voice chat and PvP, so we should have less issues with crashing. Crashing can be incredibly frustrating when you're playing with friends. And all in all, while all of these changes that they've done previous to this have been great, the one-step matchmaking has been phenomenal, that's been incredible. They've added some great features here, but I think this next patch is going to make it or break it for Operation Health. They've had now 6 months to bring us all of this new content, to bring us all of these updates, and if there isn't anything solid here, I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. I'm crossing my fingers. I'm really hopeful that this is going to be the update that is going to really improve things, but of course, only time will tell. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's video. I know that this wasn't the biggest update, but I figured you would want to be informed on all this, so I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about what we talked today. Are you excited about the Kanal's change? Let me know down below in the comments. But yep, until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.